These are every Taisho secrets you didn't know in Demon Slayer. Did you know that Tanjiro was on the verge of revealing Sakonji Rokodaki's age? This happens when he's abruptly interrupted by none other than the manga-drawn Sakonji himself, and he somehow breaks the fourth wall. And what does Sakonji do? Well, he casually asks Tanjiro if he'd like Nikujaga or Odin for dinner. Tanjiro, caught off guard, chooses for Odin, leaving us all hanging on the edge of our seats and craving a delicious meal. Just as Tanjiro is about to reveal Sakonji's age, the manga pulls a fast one on us, deflating the suspense with a question about dinner. It's a playful twist that keeps us engaged and lightens the mood between the characters. This is only the first Taisho secret, so stay tuned until the end because the last one will shock you because we guarantee you didn't know a single thing about it. Moving on to another Taisho secret, Tanjiro spills the beans about Sakonji's mask. According to our protagonist, Sakonji wears a mask to protect himself from demons who usually mock him. Apparently, demons used to tease him for having an excessively gentle and kind-hearted face, so Sakonji decided to wear the mask and protect himself from their insults. Who knew that even demon slayers have their own unique insecurities? But that's not all. Tanjiro loves to dish out the gossip, and he has some juicy details about his fellow demon slayers. Did you know that there's a rumor circulating about Zenitsu? According to Tanjiro, Zenitsu participated in the final selection because his master slapped him when he declined to attend. This rumor suggests that Zenitsu's participation wasn't entirely voluntary, but rather influenced by his master's forceful intervention. It adds an extra layer of complexity to Zenitsu's character and showcases the lengths his master would go to train him. Speaking of Zenitsu, Tanjiro spills the tea on Zenitsu's behavior around girls. Apparently, Zenitsu tends to become self-conscious when interacting with them. His behavior changes and he becomes more aware of himself, possibly even experiencing heightened nervousness or unease. Young love and its peculiar effects on the heart. Now, let's take a moment to appreciate Zenitsu's hidden talent. We learned from Tanjiro that he possesses exceptional skill in playing the shamisen, a traditional Japanese musical instrument. Despite his own insecurities, Zenitsu's journey exemplifies his unwavering commitment to honing his musical abilities. Through tremendous dedication and perseverance, he continuously strives to improve his skills and become a better shamisen player, showcasing his determination even in the face of self-doubt. And speaking of hidden talents and personalities, Tanjiro also reveals something fascinating about the swamp demon. Even when he was human, the swamp demon had an intense teeth-grinding habit. It seems this particular trait carried over to his demon form. Now, that's one demon with some serious dental issues. This is usually caused by stress or even use of illegal substances. Now, get ready for a surprising connection that might blow your mind. Tanjiro unveils the deep bond between the owner of the udon stand and Asakusa. According to him, the owner was born and raised in Asakusa, and their unwavering dedication to making udon in the area stems from their profound love for the place. It's a heartwarming secret that shows the owner's passion for crafting delicious udon dishes and serving their beloved community. Now that's cooking with love. But let's not forget about the character's personal quirks. Tanjiro reveals that Yushiro, the demon whose loyalty can't be broken, has a peculiar hobby, which is writing in his Lady Tamayo journal on a daily basis. Apparently, Yushiro fills around 7 to 10 pages every day. Tanjiro even sneaks a peek into the journal and shares snippets from 2 entries that hint at Yushiro's intense obsession with Lady Tamayo. While we're on the topic of demons, Tanjiro reveals that Kyogai, the demon with the Suzumi drums, was a loyal admirer of the legend of the 8 samurai. Not only was the Kyogai a fan of the legend, but he also crafted his own biography. It seems Kyogai had a deep passion for the samurai folklore and desired to leave behind a professional narrative inspired by that world. Who knew a demon like him could have such an appreciation for storytelling? And here's a surprising detail about the Kasugai crows. Tanjiro spills the beans and says that each crow possesses its own individual name. His own crow companion, the one that he communicates with, goes by the name Matsuman Tennoji. It's a fascinating fact that sheds light on the unique bond between Tanjiro and Matsuman Tennoji, emphasizing the significance of their connection within the story. But the question still remains, who named them? Not only that, but there's a lighthearted moment involving Inosuke's crow, Dongurimaru. Tanjiro unveils an incident where Inosuke nearly ate 𝗪𝘰𝗵𝗵. As a result of this near-death experience, 𝗪𝘰𝗵𝗵 developed the ability to turn invisible, like a defense mechanism, which makes Inosuke's crow the stealthiest crow in the Demon Slayer Corps. Tanjiro's keen observation skills reveal a peculiar tendency in our favorite wild boar-headed demon slayer, Inosuke. According to Tanjiro, Inosuke struggles with remembering and accurately identifying people's names. In fact, he manages to get someone's name right only once every 7 attempts. Looks like Inosuke got a serious case of amnesia, or he doesn't really care. And let's not forget about the food preferences. In a surprising reveal, Inosuke spills the beans on the rice ball flavors his companions enjoy. According to Inosuke, Tanjiro's favorite flavor is plum seaweed, while Zenitsu likes salmon. Now, let's delve into some heartwarming family traditions and more food. Tanjiro shares a touching detail about his parents. After every festival, Tanjiro's father and mother would prepare toast rice crackers for him and his siblings. It's a small but delightful gesture that highlights the loving and nurturing nature from Tanjiro's parents. After all, who doesn't love a tasty treat after a day of celebration? In a surprise confession from Shinobu, we discover her unique poison crafting technique. She reveals that she can formulate her poison directly inside her scabbard, a method known only to herself and Swordsmith. It's a closely guarded secret that adds an air of mystery to Shinobu's abilities. And speaking of Shinobu, Gyu makes an intriguing observation about her dislike for furry animals. Gyu notices that Shinobu feels somewhat uncomfortable towards creatures with fur, including cats and dogs. Despite this observation, Shinobu denies having such a dislike, perhaps unwilling to openly admit her true feelings towards furry animals. Looks like even badass demon slayers have their soft spots. Now let's turn our attention to Kyojuro, the flame Hashira. Kyojuro drops an important fact about their master, Kaguya. He reveals that Kaguya holds the distinguished position of being the 97th leader of the Demon Slayer Corps. This detail emphasizes Kaguya's high rank and significant role within the organization. But before we continue, make sure to like and subscribe so we'll know to keep making more videos like this one. Now, let's get right back to it. Tanjiro spills the beans and reveals that Aoi Kanzaki, a fellow member of the Demon Slayer Corps, has undergone training under the guidance of Lady Shinobu. On top of that, Tanjiro has heard that Aoi possesses a skill to create simpler medicines. It seems Aoi's expertise lies in providing essential medical support to Demon Slayer Corps, making her an invaluable asset. After all, healing is just as important as slaying demons. But let's not forget about the mysterious world of Demon Slayer training. Tanjiro takes a moment to explain the properties of the medical water they use during their reflex training. Like a miraculous potion, this special water has the incredible power to heal wounds and get rid of exhaustion when used for bathing. It acts as a rejuvenating and restorative liquid, offering a really good experience for those who bathe themselves in it. Who needs a spa day when you have medical water? But did you know Kyojuro Rengoku has his own training method? Tanjiro reveals that Kyojuro doesn't have any disciples undergoing Sugoku training under him. Why, you ask? Well, it seems Kyojuro's training is so rigorous and demanding that anyone who attempts it ends up fleeing. It's a testament to Kyojuro's intense training regimen and his unwavering dedication to pushing his students to their limits, and seeing Mitsuri, his previous Suguko, became a Hashira, we can say it's effective. In Season 2's Entertainment District arc, Tengen, one of the prominent characters, reveals a significant secret. Having lived a relatively inconspicuous life as a shinobi during his childhood, Tengen's personality undergoes a striking transformation because of a long-held resentment. As he matures, his resentment finally reaches its breaking point, leading to a profound shift in his demeanor and flamboyant nature. Despite this change, Tengen's sincerity shines through as he earnestly encourages Tanjiro and his companions to give their utmost effort in their upcoming challenges. Tengen's words ignite a sense of determination in Tanjiro, showcasing the impact a passionate individual can have on those around them. And speaking of him, Tengen shares his unique criteria for selecting mice to train as muscular mice. Apparently, Tengen specifically chooses the most devoted mice, emphasizing their dedication as a key factor. But there's a twist. the mice must also possess a level of narcissism. Developing an affection for their own muscles, looks like Tengen has a thing for confident and muscular rodents. Now, let's delve into some of Tengen's family traditions. Tanjiro reveals an intriguing aspect of Tengen's family practices. In episode 38, Tanjiro discovers that Uzui's family practices polygamy. When a family member reaches the age of 15, the head of the family selects 3 compatible wives for them. However, an exceptional case occurring in Uzui's family, one of the wives, Suma, actually volunteered herself for the role. And did you know Tanjiro admires his sister Nezuko for unwavering rationality? Despite facing horrific tragedies, such as deaths of their grandmother and father, Nezuko never shed a tear. Instead, she encouraged their family to express their emotions when the time was right, all while urging them to remain strong to honor their family's memory. Nezuko's resilience and maturity at such a young age inspired Tanjiro and reminded us of her incredible strength. And speaking of family, Nezuko reveals an interesting detail about their lineage in episode 43. She shares that Tanjiro inherited his remarkably strong head from their mother. Nezuko recounts a story about how she heard about their mother's bravery fending off a boar by headbutting it. It's a tale that showcases their mother's incredible courage and resilience, and it serves as a source of inspiration for Tanjiro to face challenges head-on and persevere. But do you know who also headbutted a boar? That's right, it might not be a full-blown boar, but Tanjiro also headbutted Inosuke when they first met, which proves that Tanjiro is indeed his mother's son. In a playful moment, Tanjiro and Nezuko both wear Hyoto masks, with Nezuko playfully dancing around in hers. But there's a fun secret about another character, Kotetsu. Tanjiro reveals that Kotetsu's actual face strikingly resembles his mask. Some even suggest that Kotetsu might not need to wear a mask at all. It's an amusing observation that makes us question Kotetsu's true nature. Perhaps he's not as rough around the edges as he appears, but rather a kind-hearted soul behind that intimidated mask. And finally, in a surprising turn of events, Tanjiro reveals a fun fact about Hotaru, the swordsmith. After a demon unexpectedly interrupts the sword work on Kotetsu's blade, Tanjiro presents another sword forged by Hotaru. Tanjiro then says that Hotaru adorns his umbrella with wind chimes due to his fondness for them. And just as Hotaru arrives, visibly angry, Tanjiro and Kotetsu cleverly use the wind chimes as a makeshift shield, using their soothing sound and the body to defend themselves against Hotaru's attacks. Who knew wind chimes could double as a self-defense weapons? And there you have it, a collection of fun, surprising secrets straight from the world of Demon Slayer. And have you ever wondered why Yoriichi Tsukiguni specifically wears Hanafuda earrings and some other crazy facts about former Hashiras? Check out our next video.